Okay, good morning, everyone. We'll give a couple minutes for everyone to trickle in. Sridhar, are you going to take notes again this morning?
Yes.
Thank you. Good morning, Venkat. I haven't seen you in a TSC meeting in a while. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. Mircha is busy; he can't join, so I'm going to.
You're attending for Keysight?
Yeah, and then just so that I can give him a summary back. We don't want to lose the continuity.
I see we have our friends from WWT here today. Or is that WTIT? That's Josh and Austin.
Yep, WTIT.
Yeah. Okay, I got 7:05, so I guess we get started with this as our group today. We don't have a standing agenda for today, so we don't have any topics that we are scheduled to go through. So this is going to be more about, let's go around the room and see what people need to talk about today.
I have two things. One is from the governing board and one is in the lab.
Okay.
Maybe I can start with that, then we'll see. Is it okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so this is from the governing board that we had 2 days back. So one thing that I'm bringing back from that meeting to the TSC is mainly this request is also from the business development team, right? So they are trying to reach out to Microsoft and trying to work with them. And if you remember a few weeks back, there was this question that I also brought to the TSC about do we still have to engage with Dash, and how do we engage? And all the TSC members were kind of agreed that for at least for now, there is nothing that OPI would want to engage and work with Dash for now. And if something comes up, OPI would be happy to do that. But now the request from the board member and also mainly from the business development team, can TSC suggest something, a way to work with Microsoft in one or the other possible way, apart from the Dash that TSC explored in the past? So other than the Dash-based engagement, is there anything from the TSC, suggestions or ideas from the TSC, so that the business development team can go and reach out to Microsoft and say, hey, this is what you can do with OPI, this is how we can engage with OPI, kind of a thing. So this is just a call for ideas kind of a thing to the TSC members. If they have anything, if any suggestions, any intelligent ideas to engage with Microsoft, please let them know either through me or directly to the business development team or to the outreach team? Anybody?
Yeah, I think we would need to, we would need to hear other use cases from Microsoft, right?
Yeah.
Other than the smart switch.
Okay.
And that would involve other teams and other contacts at Microsoft. F5 touches Microsoft in lots of places. But I haven't at least bumped into other DPU use cases at Microsoft recently. Have you, Paul?
I have not. I mean, I'm wondering about the DPU that they're producing themselves, and if there's a need they have that OPI could help with in that space, but I don't know. Is it the Boost? Is the name of their DPU?
Yeah, I don't know anything about Boost. I haven't heard about it. So Sridhar, would you put out a call on the Slack channel too, the OPI general, to ask for
I
Microsoft
will do
feedback?
that. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
there are a couple of teams at Microsoft, right? Each pursuing maybe slightly different path. I lock off it a little bit. My understanding is one strongly believed in a NIC format, the form factor, and another maybe smart switch. That's what I remember. I could be wrong here. I have to go back and ask Mircha. And that may have more interest than the other, right? That's one idea. The other one is Dash has a specific user model. I think, early on we discussed with um, uh, I think Pensando folks, right? Say, hey, these are all different kinds of models that are possible. And then in one of the models is what Dash follows. And if in that case, Dash wanted security. I think the bunch of things they're doing, and if somebody else looks at security, that would be nice, is the early discussion with Dash folks. So I can go back and ask Mircha on latest on that, and he may have some suggestions on which, based on that, which team to talk to. It'll be about different groups following different user model, and then within that, if they have a feature list that they are actively looking at, and we looking at something else that's might complement and might help us work together. So that's a line of thought, but I have to, like I said, I don't have the full information, so I need to go back and check with Mircha on that.
so, Venkat, when you were telling, you told something for a few seconds. I think I missed it, or maybe if everybody missed it. You said that is one of the things we should explore. I didn't hear what was that kind of a thing. I'm sorry.
Security is, I mean, let's say, Dash versus OPI. The initial discussion, security was non-overlapping and saying, okay, irrespective of what could be your user model, could you look at security? And that if OPI looks at security, and that will benefit Dash, so they would be interested in, collaborating is the idea.
No, before security, you told something. I think I missed. Security is one thing I noted down, but before security, I kind of missed.
That was Dash. Other than
Okay.
Dash, there are multiple teams following different directions, I think.
I think it was Smart Switch.
Yeah, I think.
It's the other one.
Oh, that's already okay.
I think what I remember is a form factor, but there could be, there could be something more there be something more than simple form factor. But that's what I remember. So I need to go back and check with Mircha on why there are multiple teams. I mean, companies like Microsoft big, and there'll be multiple design philosophies, and where they see their architecture evolving, right? Especially in the early stages. Eventually, they may kind of go with one project versus another. Initially, big companies do fund multiple directions and funds. I think there is more than the form factor there, but I don't want to wildly guess and do too much hand waving. But last time we looked at Microsoft, this is what I remember.
Thanks. Another thing is basically maybe Venkat, you can help. Maybe Mircha is busy or something, or I didn't hear from him, or maybe Paul, if he can help us with the lab. So there is one particular box is still sitting in the lab without being racked or stacked. So they sent us a reminder telling that, hey, we will be start charging you for storage so and so dollar per month kind of a thing if you don't stack it.
Okay.
So can we get that hardware stacked?
I think we probably can. It's generally Mircha that does that request.
So the request he first initially received in end of July itself, and I sent a reminders after that. Even last week also I sent, but they are still sending me a mail telling, hey, we will start charging you.
He's on a vacation, so that's why I'm standing in for him. We can still let me still send a message and see if he responds. I mean, it may be cheaper than and then move it than paying for storage. Is that the understanding?
No, it's not expensive, but why pay? Like they're saying like $100 per month or something like that. It's not like too expensive or too bad, but let's get this done.
Yeah, just let's get it racked.
We need to
We
know.
just have to open a ticket. We just have to open a ticket that asking them to just stack it first. Then we can cabling. We can do it later to where to connect to the which switch and all this.
Yeah, do we know what box it is? We could guess where it should go.
I think that is all that was decided. I think that's one of the.
I mean, which box is it? Is it an HP box, a Dell box, a Super Micro? Is it do we know?
One second. Dell.
Okay.
The Dell server, the big server that we got, you remember in July?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So this is the Dell server.
Looking at the diagram just a second.
So Mircha is in the list already. So yeah. So they said we will start charging you so and so.
Yeah, anyone else who may be using lab might have an opinion on where it could go. If we have to wait till Mircha coming back from his vacation. Otherwise, we should just rack it. And then Sridhar, I'm not sure if any of these college, I can't call them interns. These are all just trying to dabble around OPI and learning, and eventually they want to learn and help. I don't know if they can be of any help in offloading you on some of these things.
Oh. So especially this one, the location is important here. That's all. Where to put it in that rack. That's all.
Sridhar, I'm looking at the diagram of what's where, and it looks like we've got space in 13 and 14 open. So rack space 13 and 14.
Okay,
so U space 13 and 14. Because I assume it's a 2U server.
No, I think it's bigger than that.
If it's a 4U, then 13 to 16.
Okay. I'll check it and I will see.
I don't have a login to the portal to submit a ticket, so
Yeah.
I don't know who else does either.
I can check. I think for now we only, I think Mircha only Mircha had that. Let me check that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so those are the only two things I had. Over to the team.
Yeah. So you might just in the notes say that we can rack it in starting at use space 13 and down.
Both 13 and 14 are possible, is it?
13, 14, 15, and 16 would be the 4 spaces if it's a 4U
So
server.
ours is a single rack solution, right? 13 to 16.
Yeah, we have one single rack. Yeah,
13 to
there you go.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
And that way when it's time to cable it, we can cable it from there.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. So that's all now the polling time. If anybody has any other topic to bring in?
So it sounded like we had open compute sort of squared away, Paul, with volunteers to go.
I have 2 volunteers that I know of right now, Alad and Dan Daly. Will be there. If others are going to open compute and able to assist, that would be excellent.
So, Venkat, you had mentioned that you will
I
check.
will be at Open Compute. Satyananda from Marvel.
Oh, okay, great. Another thing we were looking for. So Marvel, I've got a dummy card, one of the dummy Hawkeye cards. We were looking for those from Intel and from NVIDIA and others as well. So if anybody has any, non-functioning cards they want to let us keep at the booth space we have for this show, so folks can see what they are, and that seemed to work well last year. But I have only got a Marvel card right now. So a call out to NVIDIA or Intel to, if you've got a spare dummy card to non-functioning card to let us use. That would be great.
Yeah, I agree, Paul. Even non-functioning, right? People love to see the
They
goodies.
just love to pick them up and go, wow, this is a big card that looks
Yeah.
like it do lots of things. So
Yeah. Surprisingly attracts people.
I know. Yep, you let someone, hold what $3,500 worth of hardware in there. They're pretty excited about it.
Oh, you have Marvel, right?
I do have a Marvel card. It's on my it's in my office at home.
Oh, I made a request to Chetan in the morning.
So I will bring that with me. I'll also be bringing OPI polo shirts, the Nike Dry Fit polo shirts for folks that show up.
So we have a booth and I'll be also at OCP. My schedule is not clear, but if there are slots that you need in terms of volunteering, I can add my name there. Or if there are,
Perfect.
like sometimes they need backup, right? I can put my name.
Yeah,
so
I think that's kind of what it's going to be. Is I'm expecting I'm going to be there a good portion of the time.
Okay.
I may have a colleague, Cyrus, who was there last year, assisting as well. But I'm not certain if he's on vacation right now, so I haven't been able to figure out his travel schedule yet. And Lori, I know that I've mentioned this, or Laura, are you able to go? Have you heard back from Joel? travel budget?
I don't think she's on the call, Paul.
Oh, she isn't? Okay, I thought she was. I thought she was joining this morning. Thought she was
Okay.
joining. She
Oh.
had a request from something from the POC lab team that I don't remember what it was because I wasn't able to attend the meeting yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't get that from Maria either, so I don't know what it is.
Okay,
So if we swing across to everyone, do we have anything else to discuss this morning?
I don't.
Yeah. So we can give back like 35 minutes of the
I
time.
think we can give back some time. Yep. Well, thanks
Perfect.
for everyone for calling in and participating.
Thank you.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.